People, you don't know. Happy Easter to everybody. And from you hear the voice, you know it's Zane alongside the people's favorite.
Another week, another review. Oh,
Yes, up, JRP. Yeah, JRP, without further ado, man like Chavi in the building.
which is right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
But,
man, greetings to people, you know.
yeah, man, bless up, man. Bless up on the Easter Sunday. But people, we just have to jump right into the meat of the matter and look at Arsenal game because at the end of the game, you know, JRP and Chavi, Arsenal were hanging on by a thread. And even at the end of the day, we say we're happy with the point. One thing.
Was it hanging on by the thread? Because it was fairly a good match. The match was open. Arsenal put on a very solid performance in the first half, and
yeah,
in the second half, you know, things went in Liverpool's favor more. You know, a lot of loose passing on our part. We didn't execute the plan in the second half. We see where Ramsdale pull off a string of saves, and it could have been worse, but it is moments like these where I look back and say we could have cracked underneath the pressure, but we didn't.
I agree, and I think it's moments like these where you can say, "Yo, champions are made."
Yeah, if it was City that pulled off something like this or came out with a 1 point, they just said that is what champions are made of.
That is exactly what people are saying. And the thing is, to, you know, before the game, knowing our record recently at Anfield, most Arsenal fans would have taken a point.
Yeah, I was fairly confident going in to get a point. Liverpool, regardless of their poor season, they have been pretty good at home. The results show that. I mean, there was turning point in the match. I'm not pointing any finger, but that situation with Xhaka and Trent Arnold, where basically the crowd got into it because the Anfield crowd were pretty much silent and nervous, especially after that two. And little after that situation with Xhaka and Trent, then to add insult to injury, Liverpool scored. And now the Anfield crowd is in it.
Yeah, I think if we kept the crowd silent come half time, it would have been a different game. But you're right, the incident kind of changed the swing of things.
And the atmosphere got pretty hostile. I mean, that's the Anfield crowd, you know, one of the most aggressive crowds in the league. But like I said, both sides could have gotten the win. In the dying moment, when we got the break with Martinelli, Trossard and Xhaka, the pass by Martinelli was rather poor. If the pass was more accurate, Xhaka would have been in, and that could have possibly led to a third goal.
True. And, you know, I will say this though, Ramsdale, he was exceptional. Exceptional.
Like I said, he pulled off a slew of saving. Both centre back at times were kind of all over the place. But credit to Gabriel, he did well with Salah.
Yeah.
Holding at times holding a little bit nervous. He's not one for pace. Ben White had a lot to do in this match because his side of the field, that's where all the attack was coming, and oftentimes Xhaka wasn't helping him.
True, that is true. Now you talk about holding. You think the penalty that Liverpool get, you think that was a justified penalty? Or was it just smart?
The thing about it, you know, contact is there. And once contact is there, VAR will look at it to flush out any mistake. But is it enough contact to warrant a penalty? In our eyes, no. In our eyes, we see it as a soft penalty. But we can't deny that there is contact.
Yes.
And the ref saw it that way, and rewarded the penalty. And the most reliable of course is the man that always score against us, stepped up and pretty much didn't do the job.
I think this is the second penalty he's missed since the season. You know?
Yeah, many people out there would saying that that miss just come down to Salah. That miss just come down to being a bad miss. At the end of the day, like I tell people, the objective for the taker is to be the keeper that is in. And what Salah was doing right there is trying to beat Ramsdale.
Yeah, that is it.
And even though Ramsdale didn't pull off a save, the mere fact that Ramsdale was in goal, it threw off Salah.
Yeah, because a miss is a miss, you know, man.
Yeah, so, miss is a miss.
It can't. And, you know, with Arsenal, as I stated before, we kind of hurt ourselves with the latter. Maybe one time I stopped watch the game for like 5 minutes because I'm upset with the whole part. Miss pass them and all Liverpool are rush at us and I say Arsenal just control the game, just take back control of the game. They don't play enough for them hands and one time exactly that we do.
Yeah, that control wasn't there and most of the time it was Partey who tend to control the middle for us and he wasn't much involved in today's game. Odegaard was pretty missing as well.
I agree. I think what played into their hand is we made the game, or we got the game a little bit frantic.
Yeah, too frantic.
And once that happened, it played into Liverpool's hand.
But like I'm saying, I'm not pointing any blame at Granit Xhaka because numerous times in the match, he managed to intercept some final pass from and break it up.
As a touch back on the Granit Xhaka situation, I think that was stemmed out of frustration because even though we were winning, Liverpool were actually putting on some late tackles like the one at Van Dijk against Martinelli.
Yes.
Konate and Xhaka himself. And they were getting really called.
But what I want to see out of Xhaka game as well, I know oftentimes he tends to use his body to shield the ball and get a foul and play for that whistle. In today's game, it didn't happen. Every time he tried and do that, he didn't get a foul. And even when he barged into trade, Xhaka did have to do is just pretty much just continue running.
That is it.
I think I will give little credit to Klopp because I think Klopp get it right. Them come out aggressive and being aggressive in certain way because if Arsenal they adapt, then Arsenal will come up on top. But in terms of the late challenge and everything, everybody, even the service of money that come hard for Arsenal players, them 2, 3, 4 man attack them. And by the time the ball switch 2, 3, 4 man again, so they never take Liverpool players never take long to switch from one man to the next.
And Travis, sorry to cut you. That's where we failed. We weren't aggressive. We oftentimes we were too soft, especially around the back line.
Normally, though, in a JRP, when we're aggressive, we get penalized.
Well, yes, we get penalized.
Like what Chavi was talking about, where about 4 players surrounded Jesus, and you could see where, he got hit in the back, and the frustration was clearly on his face because he still didn't get a call. And
just as how Chavi mentioned, Klopp, I would give Arteta a C- in this match. The changes take too long to kill. Even when the match was screaming out for changes.
I think that can be a personnel issue still, We're lacking personnel.
I don't believe so. It was a lack of personnel because when you look at it, Jesus just coming in back from injury. Jesus last the 68 minutes. I didn't expect him to last to be on for this long. We have Chessard there who is pretty much on farm. We have Toney that could have more than come in I mean, tactical wise, Arteta was a letdown today. The decision take too long to come in.
I mean, at the end of the day, we take the point. We're still 6 ahead of City. I know we just have to look forward to West Ham. But the last thing I want to ask you about the game, guys, is the elbow that Andy Robertson received from the linesman, Konstantin Hadaskis.
I mean,
Do you think it was accidental or
intentional? To me, it looked accidental. So I think Liverpool fishing right here.
I agree. It looked very accidental. I don't even think that the linesman realized that he was that close behind him.
Yeah. Like I said, to me, it just looked accidental. I mean, Liverpool fishing for something because even their captain, Anderson, he spent most of the time in the refereeing years. I'm surprised he didn't pick up a yellow card for that as well.
Yeah, I don't know how. And it begs the question, what were you fishing for? I mean, we'll never know. But the Premier League said they're going to investigate, so we'll see what comes out of it.
Yes, by this week we'll get a result.
Now, the next thing I want to look at is the Crystal Palace and Leeds. Hey.
Oh, that was a nice game.
Last week we said return of the mark.
But, and we also said we didn't think that Robertson was the man for the job.
Or were we wrong?
Oh, indeed we were.
Because, I mean, that must have been the greatest second half team talk ever. Because at 1-1, and being the poorer side for the entire first half, I didn't see Crystal Palace coming out and demolishing Leeds like that.
Crystal Palace came out in the second half a total different team. Different team. I mean, they scored 4 goals in the second half. People like
Ayew,
3 goals for the season.
Yeah. Yes. Elise, I think 2 assists. It's like a brand new team came out in the second.
Elise and Eze were the star of the Crystal Palace show. And like we said, we admit that possibly we were wrong, but we know of Robertson's experience.
Right. Possible.
And we know of his relationship with Crystal Palace. Been there, done that. If he is the man that's going to get them out of trouble, and I didn't believe that they were in food.
Yeah, they weren't in any trouble.
I mean, if they continue like this, they can finish the season strong.
Definitely. No, my thing is, Leeds only have themselves to blame because they were very wasteful in the first half.
They could have easily been up by 3 goals.
Easy. And the ironic thing is, when Patrick Vieira got fired from Crystal Palace, they were sitting in 12, right?
Yes.
Roy Hodgson has come in and won 2 games on the bounce, and they're still sitting in 12. So what was the point? I mean, of getting rid of Patrick Vieira. Anyway,
I mean, they got a win. They got a win.
That's their decision.
They got a win. But like I said in a scene, I didn't think Crystal Palace was in any great trouble of getting relegated or pulling a relegation battle.
I mean, since day one, we've been saying that's exactly where they may finish, in 12 spots.
Yes, when Patrick Vieira was there, and we don't. I don't see them pass. I don't see them passing Chelsea.
No, but then again, you never know with Chelsea.
That is true.
No, we'll slide off from Crystal Palace and look at City because Haaland equals another record. My gosh, man. This man is now the second player to score 30 goals in his Premier League debut season.
Man,
can you say machine?
The man come back from injury and just find the back up in it twice and just come up and get a relax and get a rest.
Oh, this man is nothing less than a machine, man.
Nothing less than a machine, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the season. City is in business mode right now, and they are pretty much brushing aside everyone. every team that step up the City right now are just pretty much getting brushed away.
Yeah, true. Can you say I'm a Leicester City supporter next week? But
No.
yeah, I'll be supporting Leicester.
Not going to happen.
No, I don't think so. Because even in this game, another record was broken. Because Kevin De Bruyne reached another milestone, becoming the quickest player in the league to 100 assists.
Boy, to my surprise, I thought he was already there.
So, honestly, so did I. I thought he was already at 100 assists.
But that with Haaland in the side, you can only imagine the next couple of years how many assists Kevin De Bruyne.
I think, honestly, because I think he's third in the all-time table. I think with Haaland in the team, he's going to be number one.
Who's in front of him?
Cesc Fabregas. And I cannot remember who else. Yeah, but I remember Cesc Fabregas is in front of him.
Well, once Haaland is there now, look forward for more records being broken.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Every record right now in the Premier League is heading over to them too, or that side of the country. But talking about another record, Son, the man who hasn't scored for the longest while.
Yes.
Robin in the dynamic duo.
One of the few Spurs players that I actually like.
Yes. I agree with that.
Not his typical season, a below par season, but we have to give him credit. He's a hard worker. He deserves to be playing in a better side than Spurs.
I agree.
To be honest.
I agree.
This should be a sign of encouragement. I mean, getting your 100 goal in the league is by far no easy feat. No,
none at all. And he's the first Asian player to do it.
And that's a record if possible we keep for a longest while.
Yeah, man. I think so. I can't see anybody coming up and breaking.
And not discrediting the Asian side of things, but most time when the Asian players come across in the English Premier League, they tend to be either midfielders or somewhere playing along the centre back line.
Or maybe a 2-season wonder,
Yes, maybe a 2-season wonder. But he has been very consistent regardless of this season. But at times these things happen. At times you have a bad season. But
True.
we do see patches of his brilliance from time to time.
True, definitely. Now the thing is with that game, that definitely pissed me off is that yes, I know Tottenham won and that in itself would get me, pissed off. But the blatant robbery that happened against Brighton, man, because even what they call the PGMOL.
The PGMOL, they're making a mockery of the league right now.
Definitely. It's either them and VAR and the refs, they're all making a mockery of the league.
You can't keep coming out and apologizing.
Yeah.
It's not sincere. It wasn't sincere when I did it with Arsenal and
it's
Chelsea.
Not sincere, no.
And it's definitely not sincere, no. Because my thing is that you can't brag to be on being the best league in the world with shitty officiating.
Yeah, it does. It just doesn't work. And these mistakes, these apology don't make up for the mistakes.
No, it doesn't.
Brighton is chasing Europe. We're chasing a title. And those mistakes cost us points.
Valuable points.
Yeah, they can't keep doing this.
So is it next season what will be on the card? When mistake like this happen and they review it, will points be rewarded back to the team? Will the official get a salary deduction for their mistake? What will happen? Because something clearly needs to be happening.
Yeah, something needs to happen. Because it cannot continue. But a team that cannot continue like this, boy, Leicester City, they lose again.
It was that bad James Madison have to deactivate his Twitter account.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't blame him because it was a major mistake by him that led to the goal with that back pass.
And you would have thought this is the match that where Leicester City would have spring to life, but
and got back to winning ways. But
if Leicester City is a side that is in deep trouble right now.
Yeah, man. They're 19th right now, you know.
Yes, 19th right now. And going forward, they look pretty dismal, to be honest, Zane.
Yeah, because like I said, even though I'm a Leicester City fan next week, I don't see them beating City.
They're going to the Etihad to try and gain something. That is not one of the easiest places to go and play, especially with a City side that is on farm, especially with a Leicester team that is desperately in need of not only points, but try to find some rhythm to start playing.
Yeah.
Leicester will adjust still.
I would hope so still, you know.
It's gonna happen, man.
On our part, we would love if they could get a job, but Leicester need to start reeling those 3 points as fast as possible.
I tell you. And you know, and to how tight down at the bottom of the table is, they start picking up points, they may soon start climbing. Because
they're on 25
is up to 15.
Yeah.
Right? The crazy thing is, it's billing again in a man.
Bournemouth is fighting for their life.
Yeah, billing is helping. I'm telling you.
Yeah, their next match is against Tottenham. I mean, both sides going up against difficult opponents. I see both of them losing next week.
And I'm rooting for both of them next week.
I'm rooting for both of them next week as well.
No. Boy, I'm not for laugh. This is a new manager, but the same old Chelsea.
Doesn't make any sense there. It doesn't. But it doesn't. I'm still here trying to figure out what's the point of firing Potter and getting in Lampard.
I don't get it. The season is almost finished. You bought in players for the future. What was the point in firing him? And yes, great PR to bring back Lampard to hopefully, win over the crowd. But it was the same performance.
What was it the intention of getting Lampard so that this player can fight for the badge, as some would say?
I think maybe, but I didn't see any fight in this game.
Exactly. There's not one Chelsea player that they could look upon and say, yeah, they have been a good game.
I mean, Aubameyang got some minutes.
I no disrespecting, but I honestly thought he was out of Chelsea's squad. But my question to you, right? That goal by Nunes, is that
goal of the weekend?
I was going to say that is up there with the goal of the season.
Yeah, man. That is a contender. Definitely.
That is a contender.
It wins goal of the weekend quite easily, but it's definitely a contender.
Definitely a contender. I mean, that was a goal.
Listen, technique, perfect. Everything was perfect with that goal.
That's how you score a goal. That's a winning goal. Listen,
listeners, trust me, if you haven't seen it, definitely, if there's anything you watch that goal. That was a definite, perfect goal. Kepa had no chance with that one.
10 out of 10. Yeah. Kepa couldn't do anything to keep that one out. And he has been on form. I think he's the one Chelsea player that is having a solid season.
Him and Chilwell, and which is surprising, Chilwell
got bench.
That was surprising.
How you explain that? The one player who is back in the side now that is actually making things happen got bench.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Listen, from season starting up, we say we don't understand what's happening at Chelsea, and the trend just continues.
I mean, what is happening is that Potter is laughing all the way to the bank. Definitely. Counting bricks on bricks. Yes, man.
No. It's sad to say, but Fulham again, they're winless without Mitrovic right now.
We spoke on this last week, and this is no surprise.
I
won't even stay long on this. When one of your most influential player is out based on stupidness, and everything is built around him in that Fulham side, Fulham is going to struggle.
Yeah, yeah, and it's definitely showing. And you see how far they're slipping down the table now.
Yes, and all their good work is just pretty much being undone in just a matter of minutes right now.
Exactly.
It's just a question where will Fulham finish. They're coming up against Everton next. Possibly can get a win, but this is a resurgent Everton on the Sean line that is pretty difficult to meet.
Exactly. So you see, when we had called out Bruno Fernandes, for his push on the it was the assistant referee at the time, right? We got heat from Manchester United fans and some other people. But one of the points that we made was that if you do not punish Bruno Fernandes, right, you're setting a bad example. Mitrovic did the same thing and he got what, 8-match suspension?
Yeah. So pretty much when he returned back, Fulham probably won't be fighting for anything because Fulham was in Europe contention. That's how good they were.
Exactly. We were always saying we don't think they may make Europa, but definitely the conference.
And with Mitrovic gone, it's going to be a hard task. But like I said, where do you draw the line? Because it's pretty inconsistent. And just like we said in today's game, when you look at Henderson, he was like a bees in the referee ears.
Exactly. You and other players do it, they get a yellow card. So where do you join the line? Where's the consistency?
There's none.
And the thing that made this loss of Fulham even worse, man, it was an own goal by Harrison Reed.
Yeah, if they had hung on to the jaw, fair play to them. That's a point.
Yeah, that would have been a point, and you move with that. But I lost to West Ham, boy, rough. But this weekend still was a weekend for first and records, and because Toney missed a penalty.
The man that you could have bet your house on.
Hey, listen, don't say bet when I talk about Toney.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Leave Toney and bet out of it.
No pun intended.
But
this was a man you could, like I said, leave the bet out of it.
Yeah, leave the bet out of it. You could close your eyes.
All right, put it this way. It's just like how Klopp turned around when Salah was taking that penalty. This was Toney's a man that they could have turned their back and know that he would score that penalty.
Yeah, man. That was such a surprise.
Yeah, that was it. That was his what? 20-something kick or something like that.
Yep. And I think he's only missed what, 2?
2. That's a beautiful record.
Oh gosh, man, that's almost perfect, man.
You can imagine if Toney was in that England World Cup squad.
Or even the Euros.
Yes.
You see? So, and the thing is, he did step up and score another penalty.
Yeah. So miss one, score one.
Miss one, score one.
But they're coming up again. They came up against a team that is finding their footing again. And
Newcastle they look determined to make top 4.
They look determined, and I have a feeling that they will. And this is one of the sides that we must definitely be looking out for, because we travel to them in a couple of weeks' time. And
honestly, I think I fear Newcastle more than Man City,
because they are what it is that can beat us.
Yes. Yeah.
Not saying that City can't, because we and City tend to play the same way, so we will get our chance against City. But when Newcastle decided to close up shop and hit you on that counter, it's a problem. It's a problem.
And we see them doing it all season, but we'll see. We'll see how the title race goes on the top.
Yeah, man. Top 4. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, there were some other results this weekend, like Manchester United beating Everton 2-0.
Yeah, that one was always going to be a touch difficult for Everton.
Listen,
Knowing the way they play.
I thought Everton would be more defensively solid. Everton came out and were so open. United were just wasteful and couldn't finish.
And like we said, that is not the Everton under Sean there. So we don't know what went wrong tactical there, because like we said, we know Everton was going to come with this low block strategy.
But it didn't happen. At countless time they got beat with one ball over the top.
But it didn't happen. And surprisingly, Toney was one of the better players. And McTominay is also one of the better. A player that had a solid game as well. Fernandez, even though he's playing much deeper, he was good on the day as well. Sancho, the forgotten man, he was okay as well.
Yes. I mean, Aston Villa is another team that, also won 2-0. We see that guy scores again, Ali Watkins.
I mean, Ali Watkins is just putting himself out there,
Yeah, man. I think
Emery is really turning around this Aston Villa team.
Of course, I mean, since Emery took over, Aston Villa now sixth in the Premier League table.
Yes, right? And the thing about it, Zane, people are more familiar with Emery attacking style. But have you noticed that defensive-wise, they have gotten much better as well?
Yes, they have. They've become way more solid.
Yes.
I mean, the title race, the European spots, the relegation race, it's all heating up. Believe me. But I have one question for all of you before I leave. And it's a question I want to put to the fans as well. And anybody listening. With all of the races in the table going on right now, what is your prediction on who will go down and who will make top 4?
All right. So for me, who is going down? It is Southampton.
Yep.
I have a feeling that Leicester is going down as well. And I'm going to say Nottingham Forest.
All right.
And as for the team. Travis.
You want to do the top 4?
Yeah, man. Top 4 for me, it will be Arsenal. Crowning champion. Man City as well. Newcastle, I believe, will finish 3rd. As for 4th, it will be down to Manchester United and Tottenham. But look out for Aston Villa. They're sneaking their way in.
Yeah, they're definitely sneaking their way in.
Well, for me, top 4 as it is, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, Man United. Going down, Southampton, Everton, and Nottingham Forest.
Will you say Everton won't escape this time?
No.
Okay.
Lightning won't strike twice.
No. Leicester will escape. Believe in Leicester.
And
Leicester not going back down there.
I agree with you with Leicester escaping, but my 3 going down are a little bit different.
Who are those 3?
I think Southampton, they look dead and gone.
Yeah, nothing to play for right now.
Yeah. Nottingham Forest, they definitely look dead and gone. And sad to say, I'm worried for Leeds. I think Bournemouth and Everton and Leicester will get away by the skin of their teeth, and it will be Southampton, Nottingham Forest, and Leeds.
So you're putting Leeds in it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm putting Leeds down there.
I don't think much Leeds fans will agree with this. But they have Liverpool next.
Exactly.
So them go down, can easy take them still.
and who are one of those players you would like to see in an Arsenal shirt from Leeds?
Well, Harrison is a good player. I just don't know if him
I
are
mean,
the first one on the top of my head. Really like him.
I mean, he at age 26, you're looking at a squad player right there, and we need the depth. Come next season when we're in Europe.
Listen, Leeds' two best player that would fit into Arsenal are Rodrigo and Ganato.
Mm.
Yeah, those are the only two I could see fitting into Arsenal as squad players, cause or
Like
level is on par with any 11 in the world right now.
yeah, any 11 in the world right now. Like I said, I believe Leeds. I don't see Leeds getting pulled into it, but who knows? They have Liverpool next.
Who knows? I mean, listen, the race at every end of the table, it's the hottest it's been in recent memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you flip a kind, man. Anyone
but I will be surprised if I see Southampton getting out of this. That would be one of the greatest escapes.
If Southampton escape this, listen, anybody can escape again. Because, like you said, it would be one of the greatest escapes in Premier League history.
Yes, if Southampton managed to escape, woo!
And they have a team, but it just not click for them right now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they have a team.
They have a good team can do. Just
What?
not click. I expect them to actually, I expect them to stop Man City, But I expect them to hold a draw against City. But why? Disappointed star.
My question is, right, if Southampton should get relegated, you expect Ward-Prowse to still be there with them?
No,
I
I think big clubs will come in for him.
Well, why hasn't any big clubs coming for him as yet? Because me personally would have go for him a long time. So is it that the club no want him or what?
I can see the Ward-Prowse fitting into a side like Aston Villa.
True.
Even the same Everton as well, but you would want to go there because maybe again Everton, if they do stay, they might be in a relegation fight next season.
And if him stay, that'd be really good because if Southampton go down, I look for them come up following season.
Yeah.
Possible, but like I said, he is, to me, he has at least 3 to 4 more good years in him. And this is the kind of player he is a dead ball specialist.
No, you know that the thing is, of all the teams in the relegation fight right now, and that's stretching all the way up to 13, right? From 20 to 13.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 teams without a win in their last 5 is Nottingham Forest, Leicester, and Southampton. And honestly,
Fulham have a win in the last 5.
Yeah, man.
And it is
Fulham not in the 13. Fulham basically safe, man.
Fulham 10, about 10.
But what we said earlier, Fulham did what they're supposed to do from the beginning.
From early, yes.
Where they were, there was a time where Fulham was on a run. Couldn't be beaten.
I think they were up to what, 6th or 7th at one point?
At one point. And then it's the league. It's a 38 game. So there's going to be a time when things start to drop. But like we said, losing the Mitrovic was a big hit in their armor.
Definitely. Losing Mitrovic, that definitely rocked them. But personally, I think they're safe. Like you said, they did the work early in the season.
Yeah. Fulham, Newcastle, Wolves. Possible could say West Ham is safe right now.
Yeah, you could extend it to West Ham, but I'm bringing it all the way up to 13. Because all it takes is just,
Yes,
some
and
momentum.
I would agree with you, right? 13, that is that sweet spot because you lose, you slide. You win, you jump.
Yeah, it's a big slip and slide. But people, like we said, we want to know what the people think. Who is getting relegated? Sorry for cut your JRP. What are you going to say?
No, man, carry on, man.
Yeah, man, we want to know who the people think are going to get relegated because everybody, all three of us, the only one we agree on, I think it's Southampton.
Yeah. And based on their fixtures as well, you're coming up against some difficult opponents. It's going to be rough for them.
I mean, I can't see the win coming, honestly.
No, it can't. It is all right. It is not there because if you look at their game, they have Crystal Palace next.
Yes.
They have Arsenal after that.
Yeah.
They have Bournemouth after that. They have Newcastle after that. And they have Nottingham Forest. And they have Fulham, Brighton, and Liverpool and the last week.
Yeah.
Which one of these matches you can honestly see Southampton winning?
Nottingham Forest.
And the way Bournemouth are playing, it's going to be difficult here as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think they will beat Nottingham and they will get a point from Fulham.
But will be enough?
That's about it. They might. That's about it.
That is it.
We see them winning one and maybe drawing another one. So if we're wrong, people, when you hear it, you can always say, yeah man, we did wrong. We'll hold our hands up and say we were wrong. But
yes, and before we cut off, just to clear up what we said last week, that if they decide we can have with the Champions League position. I remember I was saying that if English side win the Champions League, the fourth place team will be knockout. No, the rules have changed. I guess Zane, that is on our part because we have been out of Champions League
for so long, right?
For so long now.
Yeah.
So if Chelsea manage to pull off a Champions League trophy, fourth place team will be okay. But if Manchester United manage to win in European League, then the fourth place team get knocked.
Oh.
Yes, because it's only a minimum of 5 teams from a given league. So that would have mean that we have 5 teams in the league if Chelsea and Manchester United claim Europe. So it would have been first, second, and third will hold their spot.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's more likely we see Manchester United winning in the Europa League because for Chelsea and Chelsea fans, this is not a jab at you guys, but for Chelsea to win the Champions League, there's a greater chance of Southampton escaping relegation.
The Chelsea fans going to hate here,
It's Real Madrid next, man.
I mean, this is the one thing that they're fighting for in the one thing.
The Real Madrid that just gave Barcelona what? 4-1 or was it 5-1?
But funny enough, Chelsea just always find a way when time of them worst season to just do good in a Champions League. But I'm happy enough if they really could make it to one of this season, one of them season there, but
true. I would be happy for them. But
something definitely wrong now at Chelsea from all angles.
But speaking, being football fans and football purists, right? And we represent the English Premier League. Would you want to see one of our English counterparts grab something out of Europe?
Yes, I would.
I would.
Honestly, I would like for City to win, but me just from the start of the season, I was falling in love with Napoli football. I just want to win.
Yes, one.
So-
Didn't Napoli get beaten the other day? Am I mistaken?
Yeah, they get
In
beat,
the league.
Yeah.
The league they done gone already, so them probably just, them just like come over international break.
But-
Most players that are rest and them thing there.
But we have to give West Ham some props as well because they are still in the Conference League
Yes, definitely.
and they are coming up
Forget
again.
about West Ham.
They are coming up again this Thursday. So what about 3 teams claiming Europe?
Listen, I don't mind. The only English team I do not want to win a European trophy is Tottenham.
I just don't want them to win anything, period. And we can sign off on that.
So question.
Yeah.
One question for. So if West Ham manage to win, what will happen then?
And that's the thing I don't know, That's the thing I don't know with the Conference League. If the winner wins, will they be automatically promoted in the Europa League?
That's what I would assume.
I think that's what I'm leaning towards. They would automatically get a spot in Europa League.
I wonder if anybody knows. Anybody that knows what will happen, please let us know.
Yes, listeners, if you have the answer for this, just let us know.
Yeah, man. And with that, people, you don't know, Zane, Chavi, JRP, we are wishing a happy Easter again. Enough bone and cheese and fried fish.
Oh Lord, some of my fish done?
That's how you go, my brother. I don't eat none yet. But people, what good enough?
And good up people follow you.